The majority of us are striving for financial stability. This is why we get up each day, go to work, and try to make a living. And while it may appear that achieving our financial goals is not as simple as we would want it, these simple rules should aid you in your quest for financial success. Number 1. Get paid fairly and spend less than you earn. Before accepting any employment offer, do your homework. Determine the market value of that job, both within and outside the company. Then take a look at your skill sets and evaluate them. Examine the duties you might be assigned and use that information to determine your level of productivity, the value you can add to the firm, and the going rate. All of this is vital since being paid less than you should, no matter how tiny the difference in money, will have a major impact on your finances in the long term. Here's a tough pill to swallow. If you keep spending more than you earn, you'll never get ahead. While this notion appears to be straightforward, many people find it difficult to put into practice. But have no fear. Even if it seems impossible to stop spending money on takeout, shoes, clothes, and other unnecessary purchases, a strong commitment and a desire to expand your bank account can help you retrain your thinking and change your bad spending patterns. It is significantly easier to achieve financial independence by living within your means rather than attempting to earn more money. Making a list of your requirements and wants is a smart place to start. Food, proper clothing, and rent are all apparent requirements. Almost everything else is a want if you think about it. You may believe you require that new item you've seen advertised on social media, but you don't. Is it really necessary to purchase every new iPhone model? Do you really need to go out and buy more shoes? Is it really necessary to have the same car in 2 different colors? Sorry to break it to you, but none of these are necessities. You'll be able to keep control of your finances as soon as you can discern between wants and needs. You must also determine what is most essential to you in life. It's not enough to distinguish between desires and necessities. You also need to discern between wants that fulfill you and those that you don't. Spend more money on the things that make your life better and save the remainder. It doesn't matter how much money you bring in if you keep spending beyond your means, and this really puts your willpower to the test. If you're serious about increasing your bank account and achieving financial independence, you must strictly adhere to this rule. Number 2. Prepare and stick to a budget. A budget is essential because it enables you to see exactly how much money is coming in and where it is going. If you want to achieve financial stability, you must budget. It allows you to set financial objectives, such as how much money you want to save each month, and it guides you through the process of achieving them. You may keep track of your money in a number of ways. If you prefer to keep track of your expenditures the old-fashioned way, you can do so with a pen and paper. Oh, and if you're like me and struggle with math, you'll also need a calculator. You can also use applications and websites that automatically calculate your financial goals based on your present financial condition. These tactics can reveal the brutally honest truth about how much money you believe you're spending versus how much you're actually spending. So, be warned. When you discover how much you're spending, you might need to take a few deep breaths. On the plus side, once you've recovered from the initial shock, these tools can assist you in making tiny changes to your spending habits so you have more money to save and invest. Once you have a clear picture of your finances, you may create and strive towards goals that are essential to you. This could include things like emergency savings, purchasing your ideal home, or traveling around the world. You may sit back and watch your bank account increase as you get the hang of budgeting and managing your finances properly. If you liked the video thus far, please help me out by giving it a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Number 3. Get rid of your credit card debt. Credit card debt might put you in a financial bind if you aren't careful. Failure to pay off credit card debt on schedule may jeopardize your ambition of financial security. While using credit cards is handy, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that you're spending real money. You will have to repay this money at some point. Debt is regarded as a danger to financial stability because it inhibits you from making the most of your money. The extra money may be put to better use elsewhere. It may, for example, be used to fund your child's college tuition or contribute to your retirement. The sooner you get out of debt, the better your financial situation will be. You will have more money to invest in your financial independence. Debt, like your financial status, is detrimental to your health. It adds to your stress levels. When you're in debt, you're continually thinking about how you're going to make those payments, as well as how you're going to save enough money just to get by. We are all aware of the harmful consequences of stress, particularly in terms of our mental health. What good is it to spend money on pricey skin treatments if the debt is only going to stress you up and trigger additional breakouts? You'll be able to breathe easier knowing you don't owe anyone anything once your debt is paid off. You'll simply have to worry about your regular monthly bills, and I think we can all agree that thinking about those expenses is less daunting than worrying about stress. Number 4. Create a retirement strategy. Consider contributing to a 401k plan or any other retirement program if your work has one. The idea behind a 401k is that your company will contribute the same amount of money to your 401k accounts as you do up to a certain point. This is referred to as employer match. 401k plans are not offered by all businesses, despite their popularity. In that scenario, you can choose from any of the other retirement plans or invest in an IRA. While a 401k is ideal for those who are employed, a Roth IRA is ideal for those who are unemployed. It is backed by after-tax funds. An IRA eliminates the immediate tax deduction and prevents you from paying a higher income tax when you withdraw the funds after you retire. Even if the amount of money you initially put was tiny, starting a Roth IRA as soon as feasible could result in a larger payoffer in the long term. The more time you keep your money in the account, the more tax-free interest you'll earn. Cha-ching! When it comes to retirement planning, the sooner you get started, the better. While everyone's personal goals for the amount they want to earn are different, the methods for obtaining them are more or less the same. Number 5. Make a financial strategy. It's easy to lose sight of yourself amid all of your financial duties. Always pay yourself first, according to a good rule of thumb. Paying all of your payments first and then putting all money you have left in savings is a formula for catastrophe. Why? Because you only have a modest quantity to save, you'll end up with a smaller savings account. Set away a portion of your income for yourself before you start paying expenses. You can have this cash withdrawn and forwarded to a different account automatically. It's necessary to plan for the future, but how can you do that if you don't have any money? For all long-term aspirations, you must invest in a retirement account. To develop money, you should also set frequent investment goals. Even if you don't have much to invest in this activity, anything is better than nothing. This way, you'll at least develop the habit of investing, so when your income rises, investing and saving will be second nature to you. Make sure you set aside money to pursue your passions. This can include, for example, launching a business. You should set aside money for your passion so that you can take calculated risks while remaining comfortable. You'll need some financial backing to get your own feet firm off the ground. Open a savings account and make monthly contributions to it so that you can expand your intellect, yourself, and of course, your financial situation. You should save even if you don't know what you're saving for or have a specific goal in mind. The whole goal of saving is to have money set aside in case you discover something you'd like to undertake out of the blue. Do you suddenly feel like taking a Baltic cruise? Well, hello there. You have the funds because you planned ahead and put money aside. There's no disputing that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. You could lose your job, be robbed, or face a natural disaster at any time. You should have money set up in case of an emergency. These situations are not only physically and mentally exhausting, but they can also deplete your account if you're not prepared. Prepare for the worst by putting money aside that will only be used for emergencies. To enjoy life, we all require a sense of security. Financial stability is at the top of the priority list. You'll always be concerned about not having a safety net if anything unexpected happens if you don't have money set away. Number 6. Examine your insurance coverage. A lot of people pay more for life insurance and disability insurance than they need to. This could include things like adding coverage to vehicle loans, purchasing whole life insurance instead of term life insurance, which is more logical, or purchasing life insurance even if you don't have any dependents. Insurance is only useful if the coverage is sufficient to cover any damages you might incur. Those of you with dependents should conduct extensive study to ensure that you select the greatest life insurance for you and your loved ones. You want to make sure they'll be at ease even if you're not around. It's realistic to expect that your lifestyle and personal demands will alter over time as you live a long life. As your lifestyle changes, you'll need to change the type of insurance you have. You must ensure that you are continuously checking your insurance coverage to ensure that they are appropriate for your current lifestyle. Having the appropriate insurance is really advantageous, whether you are purchasing a car, putting your child through school, or dealing with an unforeseen medical emergency. Number 7. Keep your will up to date. According to studies, only a small fraction of people have a valid will. It is critical that you have a will if you have dependents. It makes no difference how much you have to offer. A will is required. If visiting a lawyer's office to get your will drafted seems intimidating, technology can help. Instead, you can use a piece of software to draft it for you. Don't forget about your will once you've written it. It's all too tempting to believe that your first draft is sufficient and that your future is secure. This isn't the case at all. The same idea applies to a will as it does to insurance plans, which must be reviewed on a regular basis as your lifestyle changes. Before you put your will in stone, make sure you add or remove things as needed. We are all concerned about the well-being of our loved ones. We want to ensure that kids have a bright future. This is why a strong will is required. And, more significantly, this is why you must keep it up to current at all times. Your will determines who gets what. And while family members can argue that they haven't been given enough, the process is time-consuming and costly. Protect your loved ones by having a valid will that you review on a regular basis to ensure that everyone you care about is protected. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. I hope you picked up some important tips in managing your finances. If you learned something, be sure to leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and turn on all notifications. Until next time,